Good morning. Welcome in. It is Tuesday, November 4th. We are 90 days out from February 2nd. It is Groundhog Day. If you feel like you're repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again, we just need to change our activities. That's why after this, we are going to jump into Fight Club. It's there every day for you. It's treated like study hall, right? It's a safe space to go do the next right thing. James Shaw this morning, if you were on early, don't forget, James Shaw gets started super early. I know we have it at 8 o'clock, and that's when he is both on Zoom and Facebook. If Zoom is sold out, you have to move to Facebook. He's been doing this call. March is going to be 6 years for James doing this call. And he posted something last week, and he was basically just like, if your business sucks right now, he didn't say sucks, I don't think, but maybe he did. If your business is hurting, maybe your basics are hurting. And he basically, his whole charge right now in the last couple of weeks is getting all of us to get back to the basics. And that's what Fight Club is. That's the opportunity that we put in front of ourselves. We started this in January on purpose so we would have a place to go to do the next right thing. It is not the sexy thing. It's not super fun. No matter how successful it's made you, it's probably still not something you really enjoy, if we're being honest. It's the vegetables on remember your kid and your folks are like, eat your vegetables first. And that's honestly, from an energy standpoint, if you've read Gary's The One Thing, right? Willpower is not on will call. So we do these things in the morning when our energy is highest. God help us. So we're available for our appointments in the afternoon. So we have appointments in the afternoon. So that's why we put it there every day, 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Every day that we're open, we're doing it. And join us. Fight Club, KWFightClub.com. Cameras on, microphones off. We're having our conversations. We're sending texts. We're working on our event for the holidays. Maybe you're putting together details for your client appreciation, whatever you're doing to make sure that you are taking care of the people that you threaten to serve. And I say that with love. I've had so many conversations over the years where people get here and they're like, you know what, Timmy, I love people and I love houses. And if I could put the people in the houses, well, that'd be swell. We can. Here's what's missing more often than not. We don't invite our face to the conversation. If you haven't had somebody in your life transact around you, I will repeat that. If you haven't had somebody in your life transact around you yet, you haven't been in the business long enough. It will happen. No one's running. No one's perfect. No one's running 100% on loved ones served. Somebody is going to transact without you because you're going to fumble and say that you're busy because you think that's a great word to say in front of the civilians. It's not. Don't do it. A deal is going to get away. Us getting back to the basics will lower the probability of deals getting away. Our 6%, right? 6% of the United States will transact over the next 12 months. So we can dwindle that number down to the people in our life. 6% of the people in your life over the next 12 months will be part of or right next to a transaction. And I know people get worked up and they're like, well, the numbers are down. And last year it was here. And I don't know, we're going to be hovering around 3.9, maybe 4 million transactions over the calendar year of 2025. It'll be remarkably similar for 2026. And you're sitting there thinking, transactions nationally, annually are down. It's not going to affect your chance to hit your goals. This is why Thursday, shameless plug, Meredith Business Planning Clinic. This is why we have a massive conversation based on business planning clinic. When we talk about the Red Book, we do $1 million models, 7th level teams. So we know that your goals historically will fit inside. There's enough business for the rest of this year and all of 2026, 27, 28, 29, 30. Every year there will be enough business to satisfy your goals. Because you're doing this damn thing. You are committed to the industry, not interested in the hobby. You're making a career out of this. And we know right now, I know you know this because it's in your inbox already. Dues are here. License renewals every 2 years. There's a myriad of reasons for you to look down at your hands and your desk and be like, what am I doing? Maybe this isn't for me. I know how most all of you feel this is for you. And you're just getting started and you're embracing the suck, or you're restarting and you're re-embracing the suck, or you're about to head into year 7 or 10 or 12 or 15, and we rebuild ourselves every year. If we do not adapt, we die. So whatever you're doing to put a bow on 25 and to light the wick for 26, you can do that in Fight Club. Join us, KWFightClub.com for that. That's 9 to 11 at 11 o'clock. The one and only Matthew Erdman, Regional Operating Principal for New England, does his wealth conversation, Wealthy Agent webinar today at 11 o'clock. That is a link for the Zooms. That's in the morning news. And then, of course, today at 1 o'clock, we have a conversation about what we're doing. Where do we stand as the midday protocol? Never mind the 15th protocol. Every day, every month on the 15th of the month, we want to take stock of where we are in relationship to our goals. So we're just shrinking that down. What's your goal for today? And by 1 o'clock, your lead gen goal arguably should be met, because we want to do our lead gen in the morning. We want to be on appointments in the afternoon. If you don't want to be in an appointment in the afternoon, raise your hand. Nobody's raising their hand. Everyone wants an appointment in the afternoon. Everybody, capital V, everybody wants an appointment every afternoon. Like, that's the cadence you want. I talk to the humans in the morning. I meet with the humans in the afternoon. Fridays, I go to closing tables. Not that it always has to be Friday, but you know what I mean. I pray for nothing more than you only have to do 4 days of lead generation. Lead gen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday morning, you should be getting up. You're grabbing 4 coffees. 1 for Jenny Comp, 1 for your buyer, 1 for you, 1 for your buyer's spouse. Drive into the closing table. You're going to meet them at the showing, obviously. Not the showing. Don't mind me, the walkthrough. And then you're going to a closing. And you know what? It was very rare that I would go to a closing, then go out to lunch. That's what we called it for legal reasons. And then be like, I'm going back to the office on a Friday afternoon to lead gen. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't do that. I was busy spiking the ball in the end zone because I was so happy. Because getting started sucked. Keeping it going sucked. But when you earn the right to get to the closing table, we should take some time to celebrate. And you get right back to work. I mean, there was always the next day I was probably at open house. Sunday we were at Special Olympics, church, lacrosse for Aiden. And Monday right back at it. Doing the thing that is not sexy, doing the thing that is wildly mundane, doing the thing that got me to the closing table on Friday. And it wasn't about me. It was about helping those people. I talked to you about this. Got a great agent that I was sitting with this past year. And she's like, at this point, the check is so secondary. Because obviously, transactionally, it's expected. It's the amount of joy. It's how you get to refill your sales with air and love every time you transact. That's the goal. So we have that conversation every day at 1 o'clock. We'll be doing that today as we stay on tactic number 10 in shift. But we're going to ask you to start the call today at 1 o'clock, timsoffice.com. Conversations, appointments, and then contracts. What I want to talk to you about today before we get out of here is it's Tuesday, right? And a lot of people are going to call it Gratitude Tuesday. And I have nothing against that. I think we can make gratitude calls every day of the week. But if you're feeling it today, Gratitude Tuesday, I'm all in. I'm right there with you. I think the thing we need to be cognizant of, and enough that it's been going on, right? The shutdown's been going on, but it's multiplied by the fact that now a lot of people have the rule, we're going to wait until Halloween, or we wait till November 1st, or we wait for the first frost before we turn our heat on. So most families have folded at this point. Janina folded a few weeks ago when we had the heat on. I also have old people in my house, so the heat's on in August. We won't get into that. Anyway, I think the calls that you should make today, I think simple calls that you can make today while you're doing your DTD2 and you're calling your C's and your K's and you're texting your Q's. we can do food and fuel insecurity. And if you curate a list before you start making your calls, great. Other than that, super simple. Here's your blueprint for that conversation. Hey, Kaylee, it's Timmy. How are you? Great. How's Tristan? How's Waylon? Right? Like you call, you're going to ask about their family. Or maybe it's quicker than that. Maybe there's somebody you talk to all the time. Hey, so we're doing this thing at my office. We're calling everyone we know to find out who they know that we could help. And here's what I mean by that. We want to help families who have food insecurity or fuel insecurity. Do you know anybody who is struggling with heat or could use some help to stock their shelves? And here's what's important about this. I know the high D. I know a lot of people in our industry are high D, and you do these calls however you want, or you don't do these calls. I'm not here to tell you how to run your business. I'm here to offer best practices. These are care calls. This is not about getting people's information. This is like, oh, I see what he's doing. So he's going to get Kaylee to give him her friend Julie, and then he's going to get Julie's information. He's going to help her today, but then he's going to call her in 3 weeks and say, do you want to buy something? But nope. This is all I need you to do. If your friend Kaylee says, yeah, I do know somebody actually, her folks could definitely use help with heat assistance, then you get all the pertinent information, not personal information, but like, hey, they live in this town. And then you jump back into our Facebook page, or you jump back into your personal resources and you find out who in that area does fuel assistance. It's that simple. Well, it doesn't sound like there's business at the end of this conversation to me. There isn't necessarily a direct correlation between what we're doing today, should you choose to do these calls today, and business. What I do know is good juju out, good juju in. Not to mention, the more times you call the people in your life, and it's not directly connected to a transaction, and this feels counterintuitive, it's going to push you higher up the chart in their heads when it comes to the person that they trust in the marketplace for all of the things. Show up as the mayor, right? We talk about it's brick and mortar. They're buying the house, but they probably bought the house because you curated the lifestyle for them. Now show up as the mayor. Show up as the fire department. Show up as a caring service in the community and be the connective tissue. We all know somebody, and that would be my challenge to you today. Every one of us knows somebody who knows at least somebody who could use some help right now with the shutdown, whether employment's jamming them up or just in general. It doesn't even take a shutdown for this to happen. The cold weather is here, and food and fuel insecurity are a real thing in New England. And it's a super simple conversation to have. Maybe your people don't know anybody. And you can just simply in the phone call, just, hey, me and my team are doing this, and we're here for you. If you run across anybody between now and springtime who needs help with fuel, let me know. Our job, and Jason Westcott says this all the time, we are not the source, we are the source of the source. We're the connective tissue in our communities. If you think you can't jump back into our Facebook page and find out where the food pantry in Sanford is, said with love, you're wrong. We know all of the people and all of the things. And because you don't know them off the top of your heart doesn't mean the team you work with doesn't. Go out and have those conversations. Find out who's in need of food or fuel. And watch that energy that you put out come back to you. As people over time remember that you showed up looking to serve, not to sell. If I can help you with a conversation, let me know. It is 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. Have a fantastic day. Take care.